All right. So as we mentioned, we have identified two specific teams that are going to be offering us
Yep.
new construction homes in Charlotte. This is a bit of a teaser, so we're not going to give you all of the information on who these teams are just yet. We are in the very, very final stages of getting everything locked up with both teams. I believe Team B that you see there on the right column, we're going to have them fully rolled out and ready to take our investors next week. And then Team
That's right.
A, as you saw, we will be launching them officially first week of November. So, but we wanted to kind of give you this insight because we're in this process of learning how they're different, what are the pros and cons of the different teams. So we put together this form to kind of illustrate that for you. Tim, let's talk first about Team A. Tell us, about your visit and kind of looking at this company and how they're unique.
Yeah, thanks, Leah. Yeah, Team A, something interesting here, though. I'll just throw it out there, and don't tell anybody it's a secret, but they're building houses with steel. So the first time I saw something like that, I've heard of it. I spent about 2 hours just watching them put up a house with steel and started doing some research on that. And it's about 20% cheaper to build with steel, but it's actually stronger. And they can build about a third of the time that you can with wood. So it's quite unique, and that's why the prices are lower. What I saw when I was in Charlotte, the area that they were building, a couple infill lots with the steel build properties were priced at like 200,000. About half a mile away, the same house out of wood was 230. So it's a
Wow.
big difference. And some of the advantages of steel, since we're talking about Team A, is the steel structures are stronger and more durable. The structures are mold resistant, and you don't have to worry about termites. That's pretty cool. Steel structures are non-adjustable, providing lower insurance rates, and they're lower maintenance. And there's no splitting, shrinking of the bad wood, and the steel you can recycle, 100% recyclable. So it's a beautiful thing.
Steel has not always been cheaper, right? I mean, I feel like I can recall my parents when they built my childhood home debating steel versus wood, and they were looking at all the pros of steel, it being more able to handle obviously fire and, tornadoes but it was significantly more expensive at that time. So is this a new thing?
Yeah, what they're doing, well, what they're doing, they're bringing back the steel here in America, which is awesome. And what I found interesting was I'm a Six Sigma black belt by trade, and it's a Six Sigma company, and they figured out the process and procedures to lower costs in 100 different ways. But what's great is they actually 3D print the steel, load up on the truck every day to deliver a new house. Basically, they take it off the truck and they put it up, and all the holes for electrical, all the holes for appliances and water lines are all already in there, so you know exactly if you put it up correctly. And it's really just put it in, screw it in, put it in, screw it in, and you just keep moving. So they figured
Wow.
out a better mousetrap, in my opinion.
Oh, that's awesome. So the house that I lived in Fayetteville, that was the one we did a fix and flip in. And it was a mid-century home, so it was built in like the 50s or 60s. And if you've done a home reno project before, like water is the enemy, and water over a 50 or 60-year period is certainly destroying everything inside the walls. Carpenter ants and termites love that moist
Right.
wood, and they'll come in and just eat up the entire wall. So I love the idea, North Carolina being kind of a high humidity state, of
That's right.
not having that long-term kind of longevity issue, having that steel frame.
And what I found interesting as well is I was like, well, is it hard to hang up a TV on the drywall? And they're like, we do it with magnets. So they can literally put a TV in different spots of the house with the magnet. So I thought that was pretty neat. And you can hand up picture frames and everything else with magnets.
Wow, interesting. So this team is actually the builder of the homes.
That's right. Yeah, we're working
Okay.
directly with the builder, and they have negotiated with the property manager I met with the property manager, spent a couple hours with the property management team, and they negotiated a 6% management fee, which is unheard of. But since it's new build, it's steel, and the costs are so much lower, they agreed to this, and it can build in 120 days from cradle to grave. So that's what I found really interesting with this team is they've done thousands of houses, and another secret, soon we're going to be opening up Rowley as well with them. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, they're a well-established builder, and we're going to be working directly with them.
Great. Yeah, Tim, you had shared with me, and I hope it's okay that I'm sharing this with everybody, but this specific builder told you that they could sell these homes for more to
Right.
owner occupants, but they don't want to mess with an owner occupant buyer. They want the repeat business of investors, and they want
Sure.
the smoother process with investors.
Yeah, that's what I found interesting. So I asked that question. Why aren't you selling these on the market the way the market's so hot? And this particular builder is like, I've had bad experiences with those type of properties. I like working with groups like yourself, and he's been watching our group for a while. I've talked to this builder now for probably 3 years. He said, I just liked working in that kind of environment. I know they're pretty much going to be sold. I know who I'm selling them to. And I was like, oh, great. I love it. Let's do it.
Awesome. Yeah, someone's asked a question here. They want to know the name of the builder, but we can't release that just yet. Tune in first Thursday of November, November 5th. We'll have them on, and we'll give you their contact information and everything. So no, we're doing a lot of spoiler alerts today, but we're not going to give the name of the builder just yet. So tell me, Tim, about the neighborhoods that they're building in.
The neighborhoods that the builder team A is building in are infill lots. So that's another difference between the two teams. One's subdivision, one's infill lots, and it's in beautiful neighborhoods. I mean, brick homes, A neighborhoods, and they're picking up the lots that are just in between the houses that they're out there to grab. So they're going to be building. Every year that they're built, every area that they're building in with infill lots, I mean, they're all owner occupants, so you don't have to worry about too many rentals in the area. They've kind of done all that research, and they have some good people that they work with that pick up the lots for them. And they have over 400 lots right now that they're in the middle of buying.
Wow. Yeah, I think the concern for a lot of investors with the infill lots is, the question of, well, how old are the surrounding homes that I'm going to be around? Right. Are they less desirable neighborhoods, and I'm going to have the nicest house on the block? But you didn't get that vibe at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. They're going to fit right in. So it's going to be perfect.
Okay, great. So the downside to this one is that it's another new construction that takes a little bit of time. It's not an instantaneous transaction. But I believe you said that they are not marketing a property to our investors until permitting is all complete and it's actually going in the ground. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, when the lot's ready to be built on, and they can, for example, the steel house can be built in the frame in pretty much 3 days. You can have the frame up and ready to drywall and put the roof on.
Wow. All right. So in contrast, the second team that we have, Team B, tell us a little bit about that company and what their product looks like.
Yeah, they're going to be brokering the deal. We do this in Atlanta, and we do this in a few of our markets in Dallas. And so what they're doing, they're actually working with some big builders, and they have houses that are built now, so they're ready to go. They're wood, the traditional house, 3 and 4 bedroom properties, and they're going to be subdivisions. The big difference in these subdivisions is going to be that there is a 20% cap on rentals. So in the subdivisions, they have bylaws that they do not have more than 20% of the subdivision that's rentals. So that's a good thing. And so we'll buy this particular team will sell the builder's product in subdivisions before it gets to the 20%, and then after 20%, they got to go to the next one. And they do have 2 property management companies that, once again, I spent some time with them, a few hours with them each, and they're great property management. I think they're in business for, one team was 90 years. It's been a family tradition, and the other team was like 40 years. So great, strong property management. And these, for me right now, is a perfect opportunity for 1031s. These are built, ready to go, can be closed in 45 days.
Right. Yeah. And Tim, I got to give you credit here because you do so much behind the scenes for our investors, negotiating with these teams, getting everybody to adhere to the same standard. And the downside with this broker relationship historically with Real Wealth has been that they charge a buyer's fee. They charge a flat, usually $2,000 flat fee. But guys, Tim has been going to bat for Real Wealth members and trying to get rid of that fee. And he successfully did with this team.
Yeah, there will be no extra fee for this, so we'll just get part of the commission, no extra added price, and they want to open up Charlotte as bad as we do, and they want to continue to grow with us, so they agree to that.
Awesome, cool. So I'm excited about this. It's nice that we have these 2 options. Again, Team B, we will be releasing or opening up to our membership first. They're actually going to go live with us next week. So we'll get their information up on the investor portal. Team A, we're going to be launching the first week of November.
Yeah, and full transparency, Team B was going to be ready this week, but the leader of that team actually came down with COVID. And he wants to be, for the first transactions, he wants to be part of that. So he thought we should wait another week.
Yeah, well, we will. I hope he gets better. Good work, Tim. I'm thrilled to see these, and we've got a couple properties to show everybody. We wanted to kind of give people
Yeah.
a picture of what these homes will look like. First, this is sort of a zoomed in map of Charlotte to sort of show us some of the specific areas. Walk us through some of these locations and maybe some of the ones. Did you visit all of these locations?
I did. Yeah, we spent 8 hours driving. So we pretty much went to every area. I looked at least 1 or 2 lots in each area, and then I looked at the subdivisions for the other team. So yeah, we spent a lot of time in this area. And like I said, everywhere we were, I said, how far are we from Charlotte? And I looked up on my phone. The farthest I saw was 45 minutes. Most was 15, 20 minutes.
Great.
So they're
Yeah.
great school systems. I said B plus A all day. Yeah, just great opportunity for us.
Yeah, and both teams are building in Charlotte proper, but so as not to cover the entire MSA with a
Right.
blue-green dot, we just left it off. But some of them do have Charlotte proper addresses. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, awesome. So I think it's safe to say we're going to have a good amount of inventory here.
We are.
I mean, is there, and this is the question that we get from a lot of investors, is how quickly are they going to have to act on this? How quickly is inventory moving? Some of that we might not really know yet until we officially launch, but from an inventory perspective, what do you kind of forecast?
Very strong. The team B, that's the broker, is working with 2 or 3 big builders in Charlotte. So they have plenty. They have inventory that they're building, and they love to bring in the rental properties and the subdivisions before they build the other houses around it. So that's no issue there. And then for team A, they have over 100 lots already they've owned, and they have another like 400 or 500 that they're currently in the middle of negotiating buying. So yeah, we have plenty of inventory.
Great. Yeah. And you and I, Tim, were on a call with Team B. That's the team that's brokering last week before he got COVID. And he explained to me, and I thought it was extremely valuable, his kind of relationship with these builders. He's not going into the neighborhood level builder or, development and negotiating deals. He's actually dealing with like the regional department of that builder. And so the regional outlook or the regional perspective is very different than that, local little development. And so they're thinking about scale, they're thinking about these bigger relationships. And so knowing that he has that close-knit, he's established that close-knit relationship with these regional directors of these larger builders and larger firms, that's the value add of working with one of these teams.
Yeah, Team B is in other areas, so working with builders. So the same builders were in Charlotte, so they basically brought him over to Charlotte, and he set up a team in Charlotte to work with the builders.
Great. All right, let's take a look at some deals.